Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Cheat Code Jiu-Jitsu. Jeff White here again. We are in the middle of our deep dive on the arm triangle control position. In our last couple of videos, we were walking through the mechanics of the arm triangle choke, what I'm trying to achieve, and we sort of did a deep walkthrough of all the little positional things to get to the final position. And we're to the point now where I want to start discussing grips. So I'm going to have a couple of different videos here where we're going to be talking about different ways to finish the arm triangle. One of the things that I've noticed throughout the years is there's a million different grips, a million different leg positions that different people have. I've gone back and forth as to what I thought my favorite was. This video today is going to be focused on the one that I currently believe is the best way to do it. That may change next year if I find something new, but right now this is what I think is the best. Interesting thing about this is I don't think there's only one way to do it. There's not only a lot of ways to do it, but I feel as though as the person applying this, I need a lot of ways to do this because there's different people have different body types. Sometimes different grips don't work as well on different people. Smaller guy like Seth here, I mean, use one type of grip, it's very effective. Bigger guy like Demir that I was working with in the last video, I may need to switch to a different type of grip, different foot position. Things change, so it's good to have a whole bunch of grips in my back pocket, but today in particular, I want to talk about I call it the arm triangle death grip. It's my favorite, it's the strongest one that I know, so check it out. So we're back down in our mount position, and I'm going to show you right now what it's going to look like when I get to the end, and then I'm going to back up and show you everything else. So I get all the way through here, we've done our setup, put my grip in, I'm actually wrist to wrist, knee on belly, and then finishing my arm triangle right there. Specifics on what I do. I told you guys last time that one of the most important things when I'm able to get his arm across and I get in here in the back is this hand that goes under the head is going to go palm onto the back of his shoulder. Not up here in space or anywhere else. It's going to specifically go right here. Now here's why. I also talked about the importance of getting the guy in here, walking him up, and then shooting that hand through just a little bit farther, and then relocking. It's not a huge movement there, but right now my arm is not on Seth's neck. Drop, push, now it's really tight up against his neck. This is going to make a really good arm triangle choke. So here's the key to this grip. I'm going to go 2 fists, wrist to wrist. Once I go wrist to wrist, this thumb, the one of the hand that's on his shoulder, is going to turn up back towards me like I'm a hitchhiker, and then I'm going to set him down on the ground. Here's a big key. I want you to notice that I have my grip tied up underneath of his shoulder, not up here. That's an important detail that a lot of people miss. If I have my grip locked up here, when I set him back down, he's going to be flat on the mat, and it's going to be more difficult for me to drive the shoulder in. If I lock my grip under his shoulder when I go and set up the choke, I'm going to have his shoulder elevated off the mat. It's easier to drive into his neck. Key finishing detail. So shoot the arm through, regrip the shoulder, palm towards the shoulder, wrist to wrist, fists, set him down. Now it's time to dismount. My preferred finishing foot placement, if you watch how I'm going to back step here and then slide over, this knee is going to stop on his near side hip. And then I'm going to go up, track stance with my outside foot. I'm just going to keep checking his hip. And now from here, I squeeze and finish the arm triangle. 2 key crucial details in terms of the finish. I said squeeze. Everybody else, when they talk about the arm triangle, they're going to say squeeze. It is vital that you understand this is not the squeeze. This is not a bicep curl. This is what it is. Watch my elbows. See how they pinch together? That's the squeeze that makes this arm triangle finish. So if you grab a hold of this and you start trying to just pinch the guy's head in between your arm, you're never going to finish it. That motion of collapsing your elbows together through his body, That's the squeeze that makes it finish. Okay. Second key detail. When people miss the arm triangle, a lot of times the reason they're missing the arm triangle choke and they're squeezing and it's not working is because they are too far back and they're just trying to let the motion of their arms do the choke for them. One of the big things that makes this choke work is I actually have to drive my shoulder up and down through his neck. So I can't just hang back. That's part of why I've got my knee on his hip right here and my foot out here with my hips elevated in the air, because as I'm pinching my elbows together, I'm driving my shoulder forward and straight down into his neck. Those two things will combine to make a super, super tight, effective choke. It breaks through almost every defense that I know. So let's walk back through this arm triangle death grip. From the very beginning, I get under the head. I finger walk through the elbow, taking that north, taking that to the side. I cook him here for a little bit. I chin tuck him, replace with my hand, go back to the side. Head to head, rock him up on his side, drop the hand down, shoot it through, re-grip. Wrist to wrist while he's still in the air. Set him down. This thumb turns up. Dismount to the side. Stop with this knee on his hip to keep him checked and in place. Lift my hips up, track stance, and then squeeze and drive forward. And breaks him down. Answering the phone doesn't help. Grabbing your leg doesn't help. Very little helps. This is super tight, super powerful, breaks through almost all defenses, which is why I call it the arm triangle death grip. So that's my favorite grip. Currently, I believe that is my most powerful grip that I can possibly use. It pretty much takes care of almost anything that he can do. So that's gonna be number one for today. We're gonna work some alternative grips in our next video, so make sure to pay attention for that. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, so you can turn on notifications, get notifications every time I upload a new video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.